Hello students, welcome back to this channel. This is the video 2 on OOPS. Have you seen video 1 on OOPS? In video 1 we have discussed what is computer language, different types of computer language such as machine level language, assembly language, high level language and advantages of high level language. What is language processor such as compiler, interpreter and assembler, and difference between compiler and interpreter. In this video, we will discuss different types of high-level language such as structure-oriented, procedure-oriented, and object-oriented programming language. Okay. Now, and differentiation between POP and OOP and features of POP and OOP. How can you implement real-world object in software? What is a class? What is an object? What is real-world object? What is software object? Differentiation between real-world object and software object. What differentiation between object and class? What is then principles of OOPs such as data abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, etc. Then board questions of latest such as 2024 and 2023 on OOP. Okay, so let's start the video. So in the previous video we have discussed what is computer language, what is machine language, what is assembly language, what is high level language, what are advantages of high level language, what is compiler, what is interpreter, differentiation between compiler and interpreter. Okay. Now come to the point, types of high level language. How many types of high level language are there? There are 3 types of high level language: structure oriented language, procedure oriented language and object oriented language. What is structure oriented programming language? SOPL means your structure oriented programming language. That means this is structure oriented, means there are many structures, many logical structure in a program. A program is divided into number of logical structures. So this is known as structure oriented programming language. Example: structure of loop, structure of subroot, structure of loop and functions, etc. Okay, there are many structures. So this is known as structure oriented programming language. To execute the program, control flows to different structures. To execute the program, control flows to different structure. Here, to execute the program, control flows to different structure. There are many structures, and how can a program execute? The control flows to different structures for execution of the program. This is Pascal and Algol are the example of structure oriented programming language. Remember these two language. This is your Pascal and Algol. This is your MCQ question. Okay. Dash is the structure oriented programming language. Then POP. This is your procedure oriented programming language. In this language, the program is organized in a sequence. Data and functions are kept separately. In this language, in POP, the programs are organized in a sequence way, in a procedure way. Okay. Whatever you have written in the first line to last line in a sequence, the program will execute like that. Data and functions are kept separately here in POP, and data items are not secure. This is data items are not secure, data and functions are kept separately. Example is basic, logo, C, Fortran, COBOL. Remember this language, basic, logo, C, Fortran, COBOL are example of POP. So characteristics, what are characteristics of POP? Emphasis is on function rather than data. Important this one, emphasis is on dash rather than dash. Emphasis is on function rather than data. In POP, emphasis is given to function, not data, function. Function share global data. In POP, function share global data, and in OOP, function share local data. Global data means that data which is shared by any function. Any function can share this data. This is global data to which any function can share. Data values can keep floating from one function to another. It uses top-down approach of programming. This is POP. In POP, top to down approach. Okay, there are many instructions given, and program will execute like your top to down approach. Now this is OOP. What is OOP? The OOP is your object-oriented programming language. Data and functions are kept together. In POP, data and functions are kept separately. In OOP, data and functions are kept together. And in POP, functions share global data. In OOP, functions share local data. Here, data items, POP data items are not secure. In OOP, data items are secure. In POP, data items are not organized sequentially. Program is organized sequentially, and in OOP, program is organized randomly. Okay, not in a sequence. Example of OOP is your C++, Java, Python, Smalltalk, Ruby, Eiffel, Simula. Remember all these language. Okay, it will be your MCQ question. This Simula is a dash language, POP or OOP. Okay, now write characteristics or features of OOP. What are the characteristics or feature of OOP? This is characteristic or feature of POP is emphasis is on function. Here emphasis is on data. POP function share global data. OOP function share local data. POP data is not secure. Here data is secure and restricted. Here, in POP, data is used top to down. In OOP, data is used down to top. Now differentiate between POP and OOP. What are differentiation between? This is what are the features of POP and OOP? That is your differentiation. In POP, emphasis is on function rather than data. In OOP, emphasis is on data rather than function. In POP, it allows data flow freely. It is restricted. It top to down. It is bottom to top. It does not have any access specifier. OOP, it has access specifier such as your public, private, protected. These are access specifier is used in OOP, but in POP there is no access specifier. And data items are not secure in POP. Here secure. It is organized in a sequential way. It is randomly. Data and function kept separately. Here together. Function use global data. Here local data. Okay. So all these are differentiation between OOP and POP. What is object? What is real world object? What do you mean by object? Object means your which have some characteristics and behavior. Anything which has some characteristics and behavior, which has some existence in the real world is known as the object. Like pen. Pen is the your object because it has some characteristics and behavior. Table. Table is a object because it has some characteristics and behavior. What is characteristics? Four leg is characteristics and behavior. It is used to keep your books. It is used for reading, etc. So use is the behavior and characteristic is the part of the object. Part of the object is known as characteristics and use of the object is known as behavior. What is an object? It is a real and unique entity. It possesses some characteristics and behavior. It occupies some space in atmosphere. This is real world object, so it occupies some space in atmosphere. It is unique and can be identified. Example, table, chair, pen, all these are. What is a software object? A software object is the object that is created while writing a Java program. While writing a Java program, we created an object that is known as software object. Software object here, real world object occupies space in atmosphere. Software object occupies space in memory. It occupies space in the computer's memory. State or characteristics of real world object are referred. What is a software object? How is it related to real world object? This is the question. So software object is the object which is created while writing a program, Java program. And states or characteristics of real world object is known as data member in software object. Okay. This is state or characteristic is data member and behavior is method or function. Behavior is known as method or functions. Characteristics is known as data member in software object. Okay. These two are important. And your real world object is tangible. Tangible means we can touch it, but in software object it is not tangible. We cannot touch it, and it occupies space in the computer's memory. An object contains the data members and function defined in the class. Class defines the characteristics and behavior of an object. So an object contains the data members and functions defined in the class. and it is an instance of a class. Object is known as instance of a class because it is created by the class. The object differ in their attributes. This is your MCQ question. Objects are differ in their dash. This is attribute. What do you mean by attribute? You see, characteristics, state, properties, all these terms are equal, same. Characteristics, properties, states, these words are same. Attribute means, you see, if name is a characteristic, then attribute is the value of the name. Value of the name means, if student is an object, then characteristic is name, age, roll number, mark. Then value. Value of the name is, say value of the name is Ram. Then Ram is the attribute. Okay. How can you implement real world object in software? This is the same question of this one. This is implemented, that is stats and characteristics are implemented as variable data members or variable, and behavior is considered as methods or function. What is the difference between real world object and software object? It occupies space in atmosphere, it occupies space in the computer's memory, it is tangible, it is not tangible, it possesses state and behavior, it possesses variable and methods. You see, objects are communicate with each other through message passing. Objects are communicate with each other through message passing. This is real world object message, and software object, that is function call. They communicate with each other through function call. There is a question. Objects are communicated each other through dash. That means message passing, through message passing. Then what is a class? What is a class? Class is a blueprint or prototype or template of similar type of objects. What do you mean by blueprint? You see, blueprint means if there is a blueprint for a building. There is a blueprint for a building. There is a map. How can a building may be? That may be a, there may be two bedroom, one kitchen, one drawing room, etc. So that is your blueprint for a building, and many buildings are created according to blueprint. Okay, class is a blueprint or prototype or template of similar type of object. According to this blueprint, objects are created. If there is in a blueprint, there is your given two bedroom, then object the building must have two bedroom only. Okay. So class defines common types of characteristics and behavior. Class defines common type of characteristics and behavior. It does not occupy space. Class does not occupy space. Object occupies space. Okay. And class is not tangible. We cannot touch class. It It is not tangible, it does not occupy space. Class is a user defined data type. This is class is known as user defined data type. Do you know data type? In 8th class, you know, in 8th class there is your data type. This is your class is your user defined data type. And your int, float, double is known as predefined data type. This is class is user defined data type. Those are predefined data types. Why class is known as blueprint or prototype of an object? Why class is known as blueprint? Class depends on common characteristics and behavior. Each object of class possesses characteristics and behavior as defined within the class. So, class depends on characteristics and behavior, and each object is created according to that characteristics and behavior. So, class is known as blueprint or prototype of an object. Differentiation between class and object. What are the difference? Class is non-tangible, object is tangible. Class it does not occupy space, object occupies space. It is logical, it is physical. It is a blueprint, it is real world entity. It is an object producer, it is created with the use of. We can create an object using the operator new. We will discuss about this one. It is known as object factory, it is known as instance of a class. Object class creates the object, so object is known as instance of class. Basic principles of OOP. Right, basic elements or principles of OOP. There are The basic principles of OOPS are data abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation. What is data abstraction? Data abstraction is an act of representing the essential features without knowing the background detail. What is data abstraction? Data abstraction is an act of representing the essential feature without knowing the background detail. It is always related to the purpose of the user. For example, while driving a car, one need to know about the brake, gear, etc. It is not need to know internal mechanism of the car, when it was developed, when who developed this one. We do not need to know the internal mechanism, when, where, which, how. We do not need to. Only we have to need to know that how we can drive this one, that is about your brake, gear, etc. What is encapsulation? What is encapsulation? The system of wrapping data and functions into a single unit is known as encapsulation. What is encapsulation? The system of wrapping data and functions into a single unit is known as encapsulation. A class encapsulates characteristics and behaviors, data members and member methods. It encapsulates data member and method together, so it restricts the free flow of data from one object to another. It restricts the free flow of data. It has two advantages: modularity and information hiding. Modularity means a complex program can be broken down into some simple independent units due to encapsulation. And information hiding: due to encapsulation, informations are hidden inside the object. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism means same name, different purpose. If addition is given, addition of two number is given, but name is function name is addition, add, and another is one, add is function name is add, but it is used for addition of three numbers. Then this is known as function overloading or polymorphism. The term polymorphism defines as the process of using a function or method for more than one purpose. If we use a function for more than one purpose, then this is known as polymorphism. Function name same, but your purpose is different. It is implemented by using function overloading. We use polymorphism in function overloading. Poly means many and morphic means form, many forms. Same name, many forms. What is inheritance? Inheritance means to link and share some common properties of one class with the other class. For example, you are in ninth class and you are all in ninth class, but there is a class, computer class, huh? So this is your inherited. Computer class is inherited from ninth class. So ninth class is super class and computer class is your child class. This is ninth class is base class and computer class is child class. So main class is known as your basic class and sub class is known as inherited class or child class, sub class, derived class. It promotes reusability because it reuses the features of parent class. The inherited class reuse the features of parent class, so it promotes reusability. It can reuse the features of the parent class. The classes whose properties and methods are inherited are known as base, whose properties and methods are inherited, that is known as base, parent or superclass. The class that inherits from the parent class is known as subclass, child class or derived class. The class that inherits the properties of another class is known as child, sub or derived class. How is encapsulation and data abstraction related? Encapsulation means binding method, data and method together, and data abstraction means you knowing the essential feature without knowing the background detail. Act of representing essential feature without knowing the background detail. These two are related. How? To bind data and function into a single unit is known as encapsulation. To use the essential features is known as data abstraction. Data and functions are encapsulated in order to use the essential features. Data and functions are encapsulated in order to use the essential features. So this is it. This part is your encapsulation and this part is your data abstraction. If there is no encapsulation, there is no abstraction. In this way, they are related. Can there be multiple abstraction of a class? Yes, there may be multiple abstraction of class. Yes, there can be multiple abstraction of a class. A class consists of number of properties and methods. Combination of some properties and methods can show one type of abstraction. Some other combination of properties and methods show other type of abstraction. That is why a class can have multiple abstraction. For example, remote control can be used to change channel, turn on or off, increase volume, etc. Means so, the combination of some data and methods used for some purpose and combination some data and method used for another purpose, that is known as abstraction of a class. Can there be multiple abstraction? Here there is multiple abstraction of a class. Right, features of OOP. We have discussed this one, features of OOP already. Now these are extra features of OOP. It gives more importance to data rather than function. It divides the complete program into a number of objects. Objects act as a bridge between functions. The concept of data hiding enhances the security in programs, solve complex problems. These are board questions. In what way is the concept of data hiding implemented in OOP? Why an object called an instance of a class? Why is a class called an object factory? What do you mean by reusability feature? In what way are encapsulation and data abstraction interrelated? What are the then this is your 2-mark question. State the Java concept that is implemented through superclass, subclass. The act of representing essential feature without including background detail. Write a Java statement to create an object. MP4 of class digital. It is the syntax to create an object. Is the syntax is class name, object name equal to new class name. Digital is the class name. MP4 is the object name equal to new class name. What does a class encapsulate? What is the difference between an object and a class? What do you mean by the term data abstraction? These are all board questions. See this one. Now this is your 2023 question. A mechanism where one class acquires the properties of another class is dash. Polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction. And this is your 2024 question. This is your 2024 question. Now write your answers in the comment section. 2023 answer and 2024 answer. What do you think? The answer of 2024 and 23, write in the comment section. Okay. Thank you all for watching this video.